I was in high school. All right.
Well, Worski, that was 50 years ago. I wasn't even alive.
Yeah. 50
You know,
years
it was
ago,
like you fucking rode the dinosaurs to fucking school. Meet the war stones. Anyway.
Yabba do. All right. You know what? This isn't shocking. This is exactly.
Are we sure this is Africa and not like a regular American Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Atlanta. All right.
All right. Is it time to felt, Jer?
I'm surprised they have paint there. All right, let's continue.
You know, honestly,
that's actually shocking.
It's time to felt, Jer.
Let's go. Big
Here
support.
we go.
Guys,
we're in our miscellaneous quartering folder.
Thank you for the big support.
After 2.5 hours of AI slop, jerking, gay, dono reads, and a bunch of TikTok and Instagram reels, we have finally approached the beginning of the show.
Hey, Ash, wait, Ash, look. We're getting fired up tonight, boys.
Oh,
we're getting fired up tonight.
Gang. Let's go. The show is brought to you by White Monster.
I haven't had
the drink of champions
in 4 months. I might get tonight, boys. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, here we go.
So starting off here, the quartering has hit a new locale milestone. He's now headed towards a silker moment where he's using his audience as a piggy bank for gambling. The quartering has decided to operate his own casino because he's jealous of ours. I'm not kidding. Jer has decided that he's entering the world of the casino. He's opening his own online emporium of degeneracy. Let's continue.
All right. I'm going to move this.
So he says, I am going to run a $1,000 free roll poker tournament for my viewers, plus a $100 bounty on my head for anyone who knocks me out. It has to be US only. If you're interested in playing, email me at thequartering@gmail. Likely in 2 to 3 weeks, smiley face. Is he like 80 years old? Should be a fun time. Okay.
This is the most illegal he's done blatantly besides
No, listen, we don't know. I think it's legal, to be honest, Bish. So he goes, testing interest in this 1,000 free-to-play poker tournament where you win when you eliminate other players, and there is a $100 bounty on my head up to 5 times. If you're interested, let me know on my website, thequartering/poker.
Okay.
So I guess this poker tournament is happening on thequartering.com, which I wasn't aware this was a licensed like gambling site.
Is he gonna get all your IPs or something? Like what the?
Well, that's the thing is, like, I can't really encourage people to sign up for this because it's probably a data harvesting operation, and the poker tournament will never happen. And then he'll just sell your email address and your whatever the. You know what I mean?
404 not found.
So, quartering actually got felted by an online casino in response to this.
Stop!
That's online casino came in. Bets came in to give a felt the good old paddling to Jer. Now that you're venturing into the gambling space, you should know that our proprietary machine learning model doesn't just predict sports. We have the chances of your divorce and bankruptcy around 80% in the next year.
I'm gonna follow them.
Felted alert. Felted alert. Jer actually responds to the online casino and goes, wanna bet? Well, Jerry, you just have to open an account at Skeg Bets and they'll pay you 4 to 1 odds if you're still married to your wife by next year. Which Jerry was threatening to divorce his wife on the show today again.
What?
So
okay.
He was.
Oh,
anyway.
okay.
So Nina Infinity weighs in and goes, This sounds like a really bad and illegal idea. He should probably take a minute to look into Wisconsin gambling laws. It took me 2 seconds. Unless he's native and doing this on native land, this is illegal. And he's announcing it publicly. Holy shit, he's dumb. Shut up, Nina Infinity. It's tax-free, bitch. It says there. In Wisconsin, it's completely illegal for a random person to host a poker tournament like this. It explains there as a number of bullet points.
Why is he so stupid, bro?
Listen, for all we know, to be fair, Quartering may have went through the entire process of getting licensed to hold these tournaments. It could be. Quartering may have spent the last year, instead of actually not doing a dropship coffee company, on building an online casino to compete directly with us. Now, I don't know if he realized that we're not actually like a real casino, but anyway, continuing along, other people have objections. So here's the core takeaway. A free-to-enter poker tournament with prizes is legal in Wisconsin. As long as no one pays anything for a chance to win. The problem is Quartering is getting people to do $1 rebuys. So the $1 rebuy introduces a consideration element, which turns the event into illegal gambling under Wisconsin statute.
Lock him up, put him in jail, breaking TOS of the state.
Well, it's not just penalties for you. This is a class 1 felony.
Oh my God.
Up to 3.5 years imprisonment and a $10,000 fine, buddy.
If the A-logs were we
got another unforced juror for 5. So no, I think honestly there's nothing wrong with this, and I think he should do it.
Yes.
And I think that everybody who's telling him that he can't do this is a to be honest.
Can we let him first break the law?
We love the law. We love, you know what I mean? Like, don't warn this guy. Just let him know it's okay. I think it is. Honestly.
Let's go. The haters there.
Moving on. Luther is on the case. Oh, no, not Luther.
Follow your dreams,
he goes,
Jer.
The Quartering had to wait till I was on vacation before committing another crime. Setting up an illegal gambling website. Maybe he's conducting this operation overseas. I'm guessing he'd be dumb enough to use his marketing sheriff LLC, which is based in Wisconsin. And if it is overseas, that means it's totally unregulated and he can manipulate the back end to never lose. Well, this thing, Quartering is actually, the word on the street is he set this up in Indonesia, apparently, or India. You know, and it's just a secret. He's like actually rigging it to felt everybody so he can be the greatest poker player of all time. Just every hand, Jared just gets pocket rockets, you know, and then the
magician that Victor gets.
Yeah, exactly. He's like the reverse Victor. So Ethan Ralph has weighed in and says, okay, Luther, some of your stuff, but this appears to be actually illegal.
Ralph Dub.
Listen, I think because Ralph has said this, it is in fact legal for Quartering to do this. Don't listen. Ralph's wrong about everything. Listen to me, Jeremy. It is completely legal and based for you to host this poker tournament. Don't let these haters, don't let these trolls, these darn dirty, dastardly trolls get you down, Jer. I want to see this poker turn. Honestly, even if it wasn't illegal, I want to see it just so that I can see Jer get felted at poker. Like, it'd be the greatest content of all time. Just watching Jer lose again and again at cards.
Did you see? I think you missed something here. Look at this backs. This is real. Look at this bet. Okay, he goes, want to bet? And then read the last.
We only book action like this in casinos of the Kino variety. And then Jared didn't respond anymore.
What did he mean?
That's tough.
What did he mean?
Bitsoft says it's literally Molly's game. Jerry's game. And then we've got Deaf People Can't Wipe says Jer versus Victor. It's happening. Jeremy's divorce papers for a sub. Kino Grove says he wants the poker stream to happen. Okay, there's a little bit more here.
There we go.
So even worse than breaking the law, this is actually probably in violation of the YouTube terms of service.
TOS!
No,
TOS!
Melanie Mac! No, but Melanie Mac told us that if you break the TOS, it's your fault and you can't complain. And the TOS is more important than God's law. It says we don't allow any method of directing viewers to gambling sites or applications that are not certified by Google. If we go to the next slide, we can see
up and put him.
It says here are some examples of content that's not allowed on YouTube. Facilitating access to an online gambling or sports betting site that is not certified. Do you think the quartering got the quartering.com certified? He might have. Finally, quartering was felted. Camelot won his appeal on the flagging that Jeremy did on the Sydney Watson interview.
What a legend.
Suffer, Jer. Suffer, bitch.
That's amazing. That's Kino.
Okay, now we're going to have a look at Jer's Wednesday broadcast. Let's take a look.
Beautiful. Let's have some fun, folks. And thank you, everyone, for the big support here. You keep us alive and thriving. Let's go.
Good afternoon. Welcome in, everybody, on this Wednesday show.
He snorted an Addy before.
That's the highest energy we've ever seen from Jer in his entire life. And I'm going to, like, obviously something was up here because Jer gave, like, the most impassioned promo I've ever seen in my entire life from him on Wednesday.
From him, yeah.
Yeah. But it was all about sniffing Tim Pool's beanie. So I guess that he's just so in love with the taste of Tim Pool's smegma encrusted beanie that it just like fired him up completely to give the promo of his life. Leave Tim Pool alone. Leave him alone.
Whew. It's been
okay. Did he do a line of coke? Because
he immediately ran out of energy and got winded. At least he tried.
That was like the most he
briefly
just, like, used all.
He
his
had
energy.
about 6 seconds of gas in the tank, and then he was running on empty again.
Been a week, hasn't it, boys and girls? Shout out to my 4%ers.
He said that. I watched the Walmart video
so many times. He's saying
because the women are 4% of his viewership.
Appreciate my female viewers.
Do you, bud?
Been a long week. It's only Wednesday.
Oh no! Felton alert! Felton alert! He's tired. He's exhausted. It's only Wednesday. He still has a long ways to go till the weekend.
How was your weekend?
Oh, get ready for some of the weekend call-outs you're going to see. It's crazy. It's crazy, especially on the Thursday show. Oh, my God.
Week. It's only Wednesday. Been a frustrating week.
Yes! He's frustrated. Oh, look at his eyes. Bring it back. Bring it back. Oh, was he ever frustrated? Look at this spring record. Look at him. Oh, right there. Oh, no. He's stressed out, bro. He's frustrated. He's giving up. Yes.
Oh,
Yes, bro. He went for the most fire. I know. He went from so fired up and ready to do the show, and then he just remembered who he was and what's going on. And he's like, oh, it's tough. It's suffering. It's frustrating.
Only Wednesday.
Oh, yes, let's go. I had a terrible week.
No.
It's Wednesday. Help me. God, help me. It's Wednesday.
God, help me. I still have to do this 3 more times. Help me, God. And the problem is, Jared just resets. The end of the weekend, you have to do it all over again forever. You're never going to be able to retire, go on vacation, buddy. You had to have 76 Rolex watches, buddy.
But we keep pushing that boulder up the hill. That's what we do.
Whoa, he's
Sisyphus.
Jarmo maxing, bro. He's a sissy fish.
He's like,
Every week, bitch, I'm suffering pushing that boulder up the hill, and it rolls down the other side. I get felted, and I have to get felted again week after week after week. It's tough. Yeah, he's sissy fat. Sissy fisted. Yeah. He is Jarbo. He's carrying the boulders. You're gonna carry that boulder, Jer. You're gonna carry that. But what are the boulders for?
Report the news. We've got
the boulder.
mass shooting that you probably
boulder.
What? Buddy,
didn't hear.
he's
What
did he say?
like, she's like, this transition's insane. Like, this guy's fucked out of his mind.
Okay.
Report the news. We've got a mass shooting that you probably didn't hear about.
Oh my god, bro! Like,
welcome, guys, to the morning zoo. We got mass shooting alert.
Hey guys, are you excited about the mass shooting? Hey, have you heard the good news about the mass shooting? I think I could make bank off of these children's deaths. Let's go! Like, what?
He goes, he started with Ash. This is how he started. He goes,
every week I'm suffering. Every week I'm suffering.
Aren't you excited for the show? I had a rough week. I'm tired, and it's only Wednesday. Have you heard of the mass shooting? What a roller coaster. Like, that was like, whoa. Like,
that was all within, 45 seconds?
Yes. That was insane.
At least this is more interesting than it normally is, where he just starts with complete dead air. So it's an improvement. I'll give him that. It was an improvement. He had about 7 seconds of energy before he completely fell off the rails.
But here's your religious man, all right, folks? He goes, I've had a rough week. Oh, it's been tough. Anyway, you hear about the mass shooting? Like, how do you think their week went? They were killed in a mass shooting.
How was your weekend? Kids killed in the mass shooting? Oh, you didn't survive? Well, that's real sad, isn't it, bish? Oh, I need that Google AdSense. I really do.
At a school?
At a school, the school.
What do you mean,
I saw
bro?
that. It was crazy,
what
bro.
The fuck?
Buddy, it was crazy.
I don't think I can debate. I think I can have a conversation.
He can't debate. He's worthless. He's a worm, bro. Look at him there. He looks so fatigued. That's the type of he's tired that sleep can't fix. No, look at him. Oh my god, and the frown on his, he's Mr. Frowny Face with the sagging droopy eyes.
The face you make when the mass shootings not bringing in the dollars, you know what I mean? Like,
he's mad. They don't make these mass shootings as profitable as they used to be. Jeremy Hambly farms members. Member Sandy Hook. Member Columbine. Member Virginia Tech. I'm telling you, these mass shootings, they ain't what they used to be.
Yeah, it's like the reboots. But it's in remakes. But these
like,
shootings
listen,
are like,
these are starting to get really derivative and lame.
Yeah, it's like superhero movies, basically, right?
Yeah, the mass shooting cinematic universe. They made the mass shooting woke.
There's
no wonder they're not profitable enough. Listen, the mass shooters used to all be white. Now they won't even let us have that. They're still they're now. What the f? They're DEI shooters, guys. They're replacing us.
The MSCU.
Oh my god.
Obviously, it didn't go well.
What do you mean? Obviously, the mass shooting didn't go well. What the f? What are you talking about, you sicko? Why is he so happy? Look at his face there. What's going on?
What the fuck?
What is up with his teeth, man? And the hair sticking out the back is it's getting greasier by the day.
Oh, it's
Does this guy not shower? Like, what is happening?
Wait, you know what's crazy? He hasn't laughed in like a month. For real. And the first time he laughs is the mass shooting conversation.
He's thinking about dead children?
Right.
Holy.
Conversation. Obviously, it didn't go well. Oh, I get it. You used Jer. Now I know who you are. You're an idiot.
Oh my god! Yeah, you're saying my name's Jer? You're an idiot. Well, you referred to yourself as Jer the other day there, Jer. You Jerry, holy
Jer Brony.
That's your name, Jer Brony.
You're back.
What are the bodies for?
Just for the bait. Oh yeah, well that's nice.
Look at these kids get shot in the school. Check this out. Hit like
Whoa.
for every kid that survives the shooting.
Hit like, like whoa.
Like you're like, whoa.
Each like is a prayer for the dead children. Let's pray for the dead children by boosting my engagement on social media. Don Flurgandy for 10 subs!
Don, 8,000 subscribers. Congrats,
Let's get
Don.
subs for the dead kids!
Congrats to Don with 8,000 subs in 4 months or something, man. Congratulations, bro.
Listen, until you hit like on the video, the children's souls are trapped in purgatory. But the moment you smash that like button, bros, the children will go to heaven, bros. Smash it, bros. Okay, Hypnos Gerbil with a sub. And Cher Rattler Real says, "For tired in Boulder" is what I meant. And the oranges for a sub.
That's the kids' souls in Silent Hill until you hit like or donate.
You better subscribe to the Jeremy Hambly channel or those kids aren't going to get to heaven. Are you with the devil? Are you with the shooter? Or are you with me and with freedom? Hit like.
Go America.
America! Yeah! Another mass shooting for me to profit off, yeah! Yeah!
Of him.
The chair's so retarded. Dude, what is he doing? He's like...
I asked him for some feedback on how I did. He said I didn't look at the camera enough.
Oh, suffer chair! Even Crowder thinks you're a fucking bum, bitch! Conspiracy of everything for 20 songs!
Let's go! That's the only song I had ready. Sorry. That's a scary... yeah, thank you so much. Conspiracy of everything.
A strange dono alert song there.
Yeah. I'll find a better one.
Which is, I guess, fair. But the camera's like off center and I had to use my secondary camera for the stream.
Why?
I was there to change one mine to one mine only, and that was Alex. And
Alex? Okay, we missed this.
Please, Alex, listen to me, Alex. Please leave Tim Pool alone.
Did you hear what Alex said? He wants to bring Tim to Vietnam to do death, to combat to death. And he's letting Tim have a sword, and he's doing it barehanded.
I think that should happen.
That's what Jer's debate did to Alex.
You know,
threaten.
Listen, after Alex heard Jer, he just got so angry at this that he's now escalated it from bare knuckle boxing to a sword fight to the death.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah,
I think that Alex would catch the sword with his hands and like it would be bleeding.
That's what he said.
But he'd rip it out of his hands and then shove the sword up dim fool's ass. That's what I want to believe.
It was too lazy to try covered it. It was so funny.
I failed. First and foremost, I regret ever taking part in kind of
flagging, taking our channel down, crying
pooping your
about
pants,
being
watching
a
Adam
weirdo.
Sellers, your wife,
what
Xanax, alcoholism, cheeseburgers, the state fair, deep fried cheese curds. Bring it back. Okay. So here we're going to Jer's going to get all introspective about all the evil things that he's done that we're all just supposed to forget about because now he's a new and reformed man. Okay, he's a good person now, apparently.
First and foremost, I regret ever taking part in kind of like this creator on creator nonsense.
Oh, I wonder why.
I
Is
was
it
much
because you're
younger.
getting felted day after day, week after week, month after month by us? Don Flergany, Luther Morgan, Yellow Flash, Brittany Venti,
The
Smash
internet,
JT.
critical.
Yeah, Critical Drinker, Count Dankula. The list
Bearing.
goes on and on and on and on.
Is that why? That's got to be Kane for a pack.
Oh,
Can
bro,
we
he
get-
looks rough.
Yeah, Ash, can we get 5 big booms for the deceased
Boom,
children?
boom, 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 boom. It's a 5 booms for the dead kids. Yeah.
Yo, did you see he gave 5 booms for Mr. Gurr on his live stream?
5 booms for Mr. Girl.
Well, the first name was Mr. Gurr, and his first name was Nick, and he did it.
Oh.
And his wife was like, oh my God, you didn't.
No, was it on live or
Yeah,
what?
on live, yeah.
Oh my God.
Immature.
Last week.
And I never really saw
He
the
was
damage.
immature. He didn't see the damage he was doing. What if we're supposed to believe, right? This guy was like 30 years old, 35 years old when he started doing this, but he had no idea what he was doing as he was spamming Jack Murphy's tape at him on Twitter over and over and over
Yeah.
again. You know, and he's like, I ended Jack Murphy's career and all this stuff, as he made hundreds of videos about Brie Larson, and she was apparently being harassed and brigade. And I'll say he had no idea what he was doing, right? When he was like brigading, when he did the dog pile on Jarbo with everybody else, he had no idea what he was doing, right? Like, who do you think that you're fooling? This is like iDub saying he developed empathy at 35.
Right?
It's like,
By the
no,
way-
you didn't. Like, this is such a thing to do, man.
But
Listen, just leave the
this.
internet.
He was doing this until now. So
Yes.
he didn't even
Well,
learn for the entire
he's
time.
still doing it. He's
Yes.
going to do it during this segment. So the whole segment is about like, oh, we can't be doing infighting. We can't police other people in the right wing. We have to let everybody do their own thing. But then he's going to go on the attack at Tucker Carlson and Ian Carroll. And
Right?
it's like, you can't complain about this and then proceed to do the exact same thing you're complaining about, you. By the way, we got Red F-150 for 5 subs.
And
Bad
Bad
Banner for 5 subs. Unicyclopeon for 5 subs. Sick of you for a pack it up. Oh my God. Flutter Deader for 5 subs.
You're not gonna read that one there,
No,
bud?
I'm all right. I'm all right with that. It's okay. We'll be scamming him. Okay.
It does.
It's kind of up you said, dude.
Only thought about the views, the clicks.
Oh,
That's worse. Like, the thing is, right? If you actually are out to expose somebody that you think is a piece of shit,
Mhm.
or you want to just make fun of somebody and just laugh at them, or that's one thing. But when your sole motivation for doing damage to somebody is just to make money, isn't that the scummiest motivation you can have? Like, does that make it better? In my opinion, it makes it a lot worse. So you weren't actually thinking about, we got to get rid of a grifter like Jack Murphy. He's actually a homo and he can't be allowed in this space anymore. It was all just about money for you. Same with Brie Larson. It wasn't actually about like the woke people taking over Hollywood. It was just you saw an opportunity to make money. Why should anyone feel bad for you? It's not even like you said, I thought I was doing the right thing at the time, but now I realize that that was counterproductive and negative. It's just like, I was in it for the money. And now I live in a mansion with Rolex watches. I'm not going to give any of the money back. Like, are you in the head, sir? What's wrong with you?
there was no like, oh, I called people out because they were saying the wrong thing and they had to be exposed. It's, I wanted money and pennies and.
But then it's, I can pull the
bitch.
ladder up, so Kino Casino can't do this. The exact same thing I did for a decade, because me and Melanie Mac get to gatekeep this. And it's like, no, you don't. What is wrong with you?
But then again, like Ashton said, he will now turn around immediately and felt people on the right.
Right now, we are in a summer post-presidential.
Post-summer presidential summer.
What? What the f are we even talking about?
Okay, what?
Presidential election.
The excuses.
If you're covering political issues, your guy won, then views are going to be down.
Candace Owens' views are through the roof, Jeremy.
She had 180,000 watching today or some shit. I was like, what the fuck?
The culture war is over. It's not over. I don't believe it's over at all.
You said it was over last year. You
my God. Oh my God.
What are you talking about?
I think it's more raging than ever. I mean,
obviously the culture war isn't over, but the way that Jeremy presents the culture war, people are tired of it. Honestly.
Yes.
This same formula for from 2016, 2017, trigger the libs and own the libs. Look at the wokesters and the blue-haired feminine. It's tired. It's played out and you don't even do it well. You know what I mean? Like you are one of the worst at that formula. It's time. Everybody's moving on, bro. There's other things that people are interested in. You're just not able to provide it. So you have to cope and be like, oh, everybody's doing bad. No, not everybody is doing bad. You need to figure it the out.
Had some drag queens reenacting Charlie Kirk's assassination, complete with bloody neck and freedom t-shirt.
Okay.
But instead of reporting on that, many of my peers...
Is that really an important thing?
They're
what about the fucking? What about the war in Iran? Like, oh, okay, holy fuck, crazy leftists are acting crazy. More news at 11. Like who actually gives a fuck, Jared? That's not a real news story. That's not a real news story, Jeremy. What a dumbass.
Buddy, it's fucking crazy. You know
oh my God, the drag queens. I'm not going to fucking drag shows. Are they putting it in front of kids? Well, it was an adult event. I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Continue this stupid infighting. And right now, the Sauron's eye of this infighting is focused on Tim Pool. Why? Probably because
what do you mean the Sauron's eye of infighting? Like Tim Pool is so important. I guess that like all the powers that be have conspired against the dim fool to take him out.
Fuck Tim Pool.
No, but Tim Pool, but the truth
tons
is,
of money up his ass.
If he really was a major threat, wouldn't he get the Charlie Kirk treatment?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
but here's the thing.
I just don't care that Alex Jones is attacking Tim Pool. It doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there.
Tim Pool makes ungodly amount of money on his memberships.
Yes.
The more people hate him, the more money he makes.
Yes.
He likes this. Get it? Like how you like this, Jer? You
views haven't been dropping and everyone else's have. I don't know.
What? He just has to glaze Tim's ass. Only Tim Pool has viewers, guys.
Yeah, only Critical Drinker, Nerd Rock, all the comic book guys.
Only Tim Pool has the path to money and viewership, and we all have to copy Tim. No!
Is bigger than he was.
Fuck Tim. Oh my God. Like, it's 2026, and we're still obsessed with Tim. Like, what? What are we doing?
It makes no sense whatsoever. That is not productive.
It makes a lot of sense. I think it is.
Why should we?
You want to know why? Because I find it entertaining for Alex to go after Tim Pool. Yeah. I want to see them fight, like in a ring to the death.
Me too.
You know, that's what I want to see. Who gives a? Oh my God, we're not owning Kamala Harris with. Who gives a? That doesn't matter.
Other people who agree with you on 99% of the things. This is something I foolishly did.
But do you agree with, does everybody agree with Tim Pool on 95% of things? I know I don't. And the thing is, I don't believe that Tim actually believes anything that he's saying. I believe that he's a shameless grifter, just like Jer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, he agrees with you on 95%. No, he doesn't. Who cares?
With Tim Pool in the past over the stupid Eliza Blue stuff. Dumb. Stupid. Did I make a lot of money doing it? Yep.
Are you going to donate the money? Are you going to give it back? Or
to the mass shooting that just happened?
Would I give it all back to undo that damage to our relationship? Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. No,
Then
you
do it.
fucking
Then
wouldn't do it.
calculate how much you made on all those videos and all those streams, and then give it to Tim, I guess. I don't know.
Look at this. The man who's telling you he's got money for you.
The man he would definitely give up that money, even though it's the only thing in the world he cares about is money. I'm sure.
Look at this. Caveman looking.
Yep. It doesn't matter. Making fun of some Hollywood celebrity or whatever, who cares about that?
Oh!
What? Oh, okay. So he gets to decide who's an acceptable target. As long as you're a Hollywood celebrity, you can go after them. But if you're an internet celebrity like Jeremy Hambly, nobody's allowed to say anything. It's persecution and evil. You're a public figure with 2 million YouTube subscribers who interjects himself into a bunch of drama and political shit. And then you think that you're exempt from criticism because you're not a Hollywood celebrity? What?
What the f are you? And by the way, wouldn't you argue that influencers have more influence than a Hollywood celebrity?
Yeah, I'd be real, like Hollywood celebrity, the influence is waning massively.
Beyond.
You know, everybody knows that they're inorganic and astroturfed, whereas there's still some belief out there that some online influencers actually are organic and real people and not reptilian scum, although it becomes more and more clear that pretty much they all are.
Yeah, I know, right?
But there are so few voices out there.
No, there's
who
not.
Are willing.
There's so many voices willing to shill for Donald Trump.
Too many.
I don't know what to. There's so many people out there. Listen, all of you bums, Tim, Jer, you could drop dead tomorrow. We'll find another guy to replace you the next day. Remember when Charlie died and they tried to prop that one weird guy up the next day as his replacement? Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
This is what happens. There's these grifters are a dime a dozen.
To still fight for what we want. And I had 3 trending topics displayed to me yesterday on X, and all 2 of the 3 were how Tim Pool bad. And now content creators constantly get really offended.
You made fun of Tim Pool for a year in 2025. We covered him like on Tim Pool. Like Tim Pool, no. And now you're like, gluk. Why?
When you say they're doing something for clicks, but at our base,
watching Jaron Monster is a bad idea. Because
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
My brain
at
is
our base, like his brain has short circuited at its base. His brain stem's not fucking working right. Holy shit. Fucking retard.
At our base.
Everybody's doing something for clicks. It doesn't mean you're being dishonest. Maybe Robert Barnes believes Tim Pool is a bad...
If your actual major motivating factor is just clicks, you probably are dishonest. You know what I mean? Like, what is this cope? What is this cope, bro?
Everyone does everything that they, for click. Do they?
Employer. But who cares?
I don't know.
Okay,
you do.
Okay,
so listen, if nobody cares and it doesn't matter, why do you care that Robert Barnes is even bringing it up if it's such a nothing burger?
Yeah.
Obviously, it does matter. Obviously, it does make Tim Pool look bad. Otherwise, you wouldn't be complaining about it and tongue bathing his beanie. What the?
Who cares? It doesn't matter. So
then why are you talking about it?
Who cares? It doesn't matter.
Oh my God.
How many times are you going to say who cares and it doesn't matter? We ought to go back and count.
Let's go. Wait.
It doesn't matter.
I don't even know when it started.
I know.
It started here, right here.
But who cares?
Wait, I'll go back even more.
Doing something for clicks.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you're being dishonest.
Right.
Maybe Robert Barnes believes Tim Pool is a bad employer. But who cares?
1.
Who cares?
2.
It doesn't matter.
There's 3.
Who cares?
4.
It doesn't
Oh
matter.
my God, no,
5.
no. Don't say it again. Please don't.
It doesn't matter.
6.
Please, Jer, help me.
Who cares?
Release me.
7.
Release
Is
me.
arguing over whether or not
So we're at 7.
Oh my God. There's no way. He doesn't do it more.
Tim Pool is a great boss. Does that change how people vote? No. Does that change? Does that get more people
so wait,
to the-
pause. So if that doesn't change how people vote, what is your issue with Robert Barnes bringing it up? Right? Like if everybody's just going to vote the same way and it doesn't affect the outcome of the election, why is Robert Barnes not allowed to criticize Tim Pool? Because the whole thing is you clutch your pearls and go, the Democrats are going to take over and we're all going to die in the street. Ah! Right? That's what you do, right? But if it's not going to matter, then why even bother complaining about it?
And wait.
That's a thing to say.
So Robert Barnes can't criticize Tim for being a bad boss?
Mm-hmm.
Like, shouldn't you? Like what the are you talking about?
ballots? No.
If it was a liberal, though, you're allowed to.
He's checking his pulse. Look how shook he is. Holy.
I'm going to check my pulse after that.
This stuff doesn't matter.
8.
Right?
Don't say
It doesn't matter. Here,
Oh
I'll
my
just
God.
open the chat
9.
natively. Now I can see you guys.
But don't say it again.
It doesn't matter.
10.
Why is Robert Barnes saying Tim Pool fired somebody and that's news? It's not news. Where's
Then
Tucker
why are
on
you
the culture
reporting
war?
on
Wait, yes,
Pause.
it is.
So listen. Okay. So we go from we can't be infighting, we can't be criticizing each other, to then you immediately go, like this was in the same segment. Where is Tucker Carlson on the culture war? Why is he not covering drag queens? Haven't we done enough
cares?
segments, drag queens bad? Anybody with a brain in their head and common sense knows it's. You know what I mean? Like,
I think Tucker's done a lot of great stuff. Where is he? Glazing terrorists?
Who cares?
oh, but who cares? So now we're doing the infighting where he's glazing terrorists. Well, I mean, maybe he is. I don't really watch Tucker,
I don't know
but
anything about Tucker.
I
I'm
haven't
gonna be
watched
real.
Tucker since he left Fox. But let's continue.
Rehabbing Hunter Biden's public persona? What happened to him?
Why are you
But I thought it
infighting?
doesn't.
Why are you infighting?
Yeah, why are you infighting, Jeremy? Right? You agree with Tucker on 95% of things, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So why does it matter? Oh, but it does matter, right? We got blood prolapse for 50,000 kicks.
Are you kidding me?
He says, yeah, so the quick kratom doesn't accept kick points for their fine products, so guess you guys can have them.
Yeah.
Phil, we out there? How we feeling, King of Warski Come Fantasy?
you.
Happy or sad? Suffer Phil, suffer bish.
Thank you so much. Another 50,000 kicks.
Huge support.
Thanks, Dreams Files. Appreciate the hype. Thank you so much, guys. Blood fart prolapse. Holy what a drop, man.
Does he not care about
Three 50,000s today. Woo! Phil is crying.
the American people
Hey, someone tell Phil in his chat, please.
anymore?
Okay.
What was that?
Clown mode engaged.
Jer's lost his mind going full-blown clown mode, buddy.
Welcome to the Jeremy
He's
Show.
the jerker there, folks. So come one, come all, see the jerk. See his man tits flop around and jiggle. See his unkempt, unwashed hair. See the dandruff. It's an avalanche of snow all over his shirt. See how unironed and wrinkled the shirt is. He's a slob. See the Norwood concealed behind the thin veneer of the cope hat. Come one, come all, and see the jerk. The circus is in town.
That was perfect. The song ended as you finished.
Calm down, Blue.
The Mr. Smile sticker's perfect.
We got Scrimshaw Jedi for a gifted sub as well. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you so much.
And I see you're big mad. Calm down. Some of the news for the day.
AI?
Oh my God. Remember he promised that he wasn't going to do any coffee ads this week?
He said Thursday he would do
What's
one.
this?
This is a Wednesday
It's
show.
just Wednesday. Yeah. He lied again. News Gangster Reed says the only way to stop this right-wing infighting is to cull the boring grifters from the right. Kino Grove says he cloned the video from Crowder. Crowder covered the drag show earlier in the day. Trans Augie RFC says 200 more Brie Larson videos. Let's go. Scroats McGoat says this cock forgets that everyone was blasting Timmy for covering Eliza Blue. He was just looking for another excuse to start drama with him. Ablacious with a sub. Rob subscribed, and Humfordoo for 5 subs.
Let's go. Big support. Thank you guys. Really, thank you.
How's everybody doing that? How's everybody doing today?
Oh, did you hear that, bro? That's bad. That's dementia, bro.
Wait, is that?
Calm down.
I was trying to like process.
He meant to say, how's everybody doing today? Here's what he actually said. Listen to it.
Some of the news for the day. How's everybody doing that?
How's everybody doing that? Did he have a live on air? Look at his face. Like, is he in the midst of a? Is that like a little micro or something? Like, I don't wish that on anybody, but what's the explanation?
Doing that?
How's everyone doing that?
Oh my God.
He can't even say the catchphrases anymore. Like, how's everybody's weekend? He can't even do it.
How did you?
Even old reliable, even his one has failed him now. He's crutchless. He has no copes left. Then female cop, Dayton, Ohio, female cop.
How's everybody doing today?
Almost there.
Hope you're doing well. I used the code, but I can't send USAT. Maybe log out and log back in again. Does it show in your account?
So Jer is now providing live tech support for the half a dozen people in his chat. You know, as he checks his pulse.
He's got the live.
Sir, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on, sir? Jer, why are you choking yourself like that?
People having problems with the code?
I hope it's just a troll that's like just got him baited. Are people having trouble with the code?
I put in the code 10 times. It's not working.
It's not working. Can you walk me through the process a dozen times
That's
in the next
new
20
troll,
minutes?
right, guys? All the emails have to be like, could you help me with putting in the code? And he's got to repost
Is there any way? Help, I'm elderly. Can you call me directly at this Google number? Please. I'm not sure how to get the Rumble Premium content. I'm confused.
And then you always end, after he helps you, you go, thank you. I hope you have a good weekend. He'll be like,
got me again. Damn it. Damn it.
If people having problems with the code?
Yeah, get Kit Boga on it.
Yeah. Jer, this is a live stream. It's not a technical support call. You're going to go ask Rumble about the promo code. I'm sure Rumble are going to get back to you real quick on it. Yeah. Oh my God. I thought it was
back
still
to work. Let's see a history nerd.
It was unpaused for like 10 seconds before you said that.
It didn't work for you? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me get it fixed.
Oh my gosh. Let me get. How is he going to fix the promo code?
It's that easy to
I would
derail?
just be like, look, I'm not responsible for the promo code. I don't know what the going on. You're going to have to figure it out yourself.
Like, or I'll help you
continue.
after. I'll help you later.
But like, who's like, I'm going to be real. Like, if you have like tens of thousands of people watching you, like Jer allegedly has, are you really helping every random person with a technical issue they have with a Rumble premium code?
Is it the Rumble premium code? Or
Yeah, it's like to get the $20 of crypto, I think.
Oh my God. It's obviously a troll.
No, but I think what it comes down to is that Jer is willing to do technical support work if he can get $10 of the 20. That's what I think it comes down to.
Oh
He
my
thinks there's this big gold at the end of the rainbow. He might get a tenner. So
If you help me with my tech issue, I'll send you
he
$10
needs that
in
$10.
crypto.
He really, really does. He needs that tenner. Yeah, he does.
Sunken cost fallacy.
Sad.
Exactly.
Pathetic.
Motive.
Remember he had 70,000 2 years ago?
Yeah, when we first started watching him, you know, he had 74,000 live viewers and he was having to give away PlayStation 5s to keep people watching. Remember his promo he did? He's like, have you ever thought you should get paid to watch my show? I was like, yes, actually. And thank God I do, or I wouldn't. Yeah. And he literally has to pay people to watch this crap. It sucks so bad.
Then it turns out it was against TOS, so he had to remove the contest. Did he just take pictures at Walmart of the PS5?
So bring it back. Let's count how many times he goes,
Okay.
It didn't work for you? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me get it fixed.
There we go.
Possible motive.
1.
What
2.
could it be? What could it be?
Oh my God.
He really is like an NPC in a video game.
yeah. You press A again, you know? Oh no.
3.
What do you
4.
think it could be out there?
You think one of those NPCs, you're like, they couldn't add a few more voice lines to him to make it more unique?
3 other people didn't survive the weekend.
How was your weekend? 3 people didn't even survive the weekend this weekend, buddy.
That was the craziest. That was your weekend, man.
Oh my God.
3 people.
The weekend's so crazy. Some people aren't even getting out of it alive. Look at him here, man. He looks like a SSRI zombie. He looks cracked out.
That was
Holy shit.
That was the funniest thing Jer's ever said.
He hummed again. 3 other people didn't survive the weekend.
Oh.
Please, God, that's like 7 hums. He did it again. That's 8. 9. 10.
No, don't do it.
Golly gee willikers.
Golly gee willikers.
Golly gee willikers, Batman. 3 people didn't even survive the weekend. Riddle me this, Batman. How can the weekend have gone when you're already dead? Worst weekend ever.
It's a rotten weekend. Run on the Rotten Tomatoes meter, right?
Tough,
43% audience rating.
Buddy, 3 people didn't survive the weekend.
We give the thumbs down on the weekend.
One hell of a Miller time. Jer got behind the fucking wheel, and 3 people didn't make it.
Genius. You could just look up my name and find a lot of people saying that.
Bring it back! Bring it back! Oh, we got a self-felt alert up in this bitch, Jer. What was that? What?
Golly gee willikers.
Oh, God.
I'm no genius.
We know.
You could just look up my name and find a lot of people saying that.
He's felt in there, bro. He's like, yeah, just look it up. There's a lot of critics, a lot of detractors saying I'm fucking retarded online. Yeah, that's the consensus opinion.
I'm gonna faint.
Well, Jer.
Holy shit, bro, I'm gonna faint.
Maybe I'm not. This segment is sponsored by Ultra Pouches. You ever woken up and needed one of those pouches?
So
or a
now
couple
he's shilling fucking Zins, buddy. He's shilling his own brand of Zins.
I can't do
This is sponsored. He's got
sponsored by Zin.
Desperation alert! Desperation alert! Oh, man!
shit. 15 focus pouches.
They're
coffee
not
just to
even.
feel
Listen to him. Listen to him.
like a human.
Wait, what?
Pouches.
Jared
You're woken
needs to suck on a bunch of Zins just to feel like a human being in the morning. He's not even alive. He's a fucking zombie. I'd hate to see him without the Zins because he's already zombified enough as it is. Fuck.
Oh, it's coffee
Cross
competition.
Creations Foundry for 5 subs.
Big support. Thank you. Holy shit, that was so funny.
And needed one of those pouches or a cup of coffee just to
Wait, did he throw in his own coffee ad in an ad?
Yeah, it's an ad within an ad. It's adception. Only a grifter of this degree of shamelessness could do that type of shilling, buddy.
You know what he should do? He should put his coffee ad on a low opacity over the ad he's doing.
He may as well. He may as well. It's not like they're even going to check. They're just going to pay it anyway.
feel like a human. How many pouches, cups of coffee, and or energy drinks do you need during the
You
day?
tell me. You tell me, sir. You're the one who's addicted to them. You always got a din in your mouth or an energy drink. Like, come on.
This
Come on.
is the first energy drink I had in 4 months, and god damn, this kicks my ass. Holy.
Stop yourself from crashing
His
or
pupils
even
look
feeling
fucked.
Oh! Was that you? Hello?
What?
Did you hear-
feeling some form.
Did you hear that?
Do you need during the day just to stop yourself from crashing
Oh, it went robotic in my ear.
Oh,
It
okay.
scared me.
Okay.
God, that was
or
scary.
even feeling some form of withdrawal? First off, these pouches are completely nicotine free
Withdrawal?
and caffeine free. You're probably
This is
thinking if they don't
Then what's the point? Then what's the point? He's
have those-
scamming everybody. What a waste of time.
Oh my god.
things, what exactly is in them? Well, they partnered with neuroscientists to design these pouches. They use clinically proven nootropics and
What?
adaptogens
Not
to
the nootropics and adaptogens, buddy. That's gonna people up big time, buddy. Altering their brain chemistry with the nootropics, buddy. It's a big time buzzword brand,
Holy shit.
buzzword fucking scam, buddy.
Oh, well, Ash, look, the Zins are full of dots.
They use clinically
What are the
proven
dots for?
nootropics.
What are the Zins for?
More specifically, they use Affinity PX, a cleaner and smoother energy boost than caffeine, L-theanine, amino
Shut the
acid,
fuck
alpha
up.
GPC,
That sounds like chemicals. Like, what are you talking about?
and vitamin B6 and B12. And if you're fasting on a diet like I am, Ultra Pouches actually help quiet
Did you have to throw that in there? Like I am. Yeah.
cravings and suppress appetite, keeping you locked in to achieve your goals. With these, I definitely feel less on edge or less anxious compared
Why?
Oh, stop it. Not the anxiety diarrhea. Bro, his eyes are pinned, bro.
When you're
Is he okay?
when you're less on
Look at him.
edge.
Buddy, he looks like he's on a knife edge. He could snap and Benoit at any moment then.
He's not on the edge. He fell off the cliff. Like, look at
Yeah.
him. Ah!
to caffeine or other choices.
The
And
Zenpaku eyes.
Zenpaku.
quite frankly, I love the experience. For me, with my long days making videos or live streaming, I can keep it right next to my desk and keep myself going all day long with
Long days.
This is the most addict brain. I can just take it all day and like survive.
I mean, you just keep on these bags, buddy. I love to bag.
without consuming a ton of energy drinks or any other unhealthy
Oh,
habits.
stop it.
Backed by
He's got one of these in one side, a Zin in the other fucking side while he drinks his energy drink. You know what I mean?
Yep.
By the way, 90% of users saw significant improvements in their overall focus levels.
No.
Right.
No. It was 82% on focus levels and 90% in their sleep score. You
This fact check alert is brought to you by Warski. Let's go. Boom. Fact check.
Calm. And by the way, 90% of users saw significant improvements in their overall focus levels. Calm and
Did they? Or was it 82%?
steady focus rates, enhanced memory.
Jared's long day, by the way, is he streams for 1 hour and then chops up the videos that he pre-recorded on the live stream and uploads them.
Wow.
What a brave day of work you did, Jer! Whoa, he's toiling in the coal mines, buddy.
Smooth energy, mood
It's
balance,
me, him, and
all with
chats.
zero
Just
nicotine.
got here. How about a sub-train?
Thank you. Let's.
Driz T says, this is the best show on Kick. Gamma Blocker with a sub. Cambridge Police says, just thought of the Phineas and Ferb theme song, but we replace it with Jer and Melanie Mac. Can we get songs of KW saying, there's 101 days of felted vacation. Jer never gets to take it. But Mel's going on a cruise for the next 2 weeks. Jer's going to have to find a way to make it. Like chilling his coffee and pooping his pants and prepping the bowl.
2 weeks of being alone. All right, Jer, have fun.
Or caffeine. My favorite flavor is wintergreen, and quite frankly, Ultra is the ultimate guilt-free pouch, delivering instant focus and mental clarity without nicotine or caffeine.
How long is this fucking ad?
I
New
just
customers
kept
can use
going.
code
Like
QUARTERING
fucking 2
to
hour.
get 15% off at takeultra.com.
It's a me, him for 25
Let's
subs.
go! Big support. Thank you. It's a me, him. Let's go.
One dirty turtle for 5 subs.
Let's go. Big support. Thank you, One Dirty Turtle. And it's a me, him, man. Respects. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Takeultra.com for 15% off with code QUARTERING. After you purchase, they'll ask you if you've heard about them. Please support
Oh my
the show
God,
and
I should
let
have
them know
cut
we
this
sent
out.
This is insane.
you. And honestly, if you're on any of these other options, give it a try. I think you're really going to like it. All right. Shout out to Ultra Pouches. Pretty
What a
good
great
option.
transition, buddy. Pretty good option, right, guys? Pretty good option.
In the ad, he was like this. Look, he was like this. Take the Ultra Pouches. Cuts back. He's like, all right, guys. Shout out. Like, it's like falling asleep.
The pouches.
Like, come back with some energy, bro.
He had 7 seconds of energy. You know, he was bull riding, buddy. You know, it's not bull riding. You need to last more than 8 seconds there, Jer.
He should sell NyQuil, yeah.
I was going to say you're a humble person. I like that. I am a humble person.
If you say you're a humble person, you are not, in fact, a humble person. I'm so humble. I'm the most humble person there could be.
Oh
Yes, there's nobody more humble than me. That's only a delusional narcissist.
Damn right, I'm
can say.
humble. I'm
Yeah.
the most humble man in
I'm the
America.
most humble there is, bish.
Being is training you.
Jeremy
robot.
He's a robot. Whoa, buddy. Get ready for his hot take here. That's robot.
Okay.
That's true. Jeremy Hambly.
Oh my God. The cringe.
it's
Jeremy's
not
racetrack for 5 subs. Listen to this.
if it's a robot. I mean,
Hey, whoa.
Whoa, what do you mean it's not gay if it's a robot's penis?
That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to get.
Well, it's kind of fitting, though. That is pretty fucking clown, Max. Like,
I was trying
listen.
to do.
if it's a dick, whether it's a human dick, a dick, or a robotic, if you're you're gay as you know?
Even if you eat a banana without chewing for half of it, is still questionable. You know what I mean?
it's not gay if it's a robot. I mean, look, I don't want to debate the merits of that. There's enough sound bites of me on the internet.
Is there? Like,
But I would hear you out.
What do mean
do
you would
mean?
hear him out?
What do you mean?
He's gay. He's gay for robots. He wants robo in his bum, in and around his mouth hole.
Yeah, you're Christian, sir.
Jeremy's firmly on the not gay sense. I've taken no position. I just said I will hear you out. I'm open to being convinced. I have been kicking around the idea.
He's open to being convinced of being gay?
Look at this guy's eye. He's up to something, huh?
He's perving on RoboCop.
Bringing Melanie on 3 days a week.
You can't afford it, Jer. You can't afford to pay Mel to be here
Is that
3
what you
days
said?
a week. Yes.
Of bringing Melanie on 3 days a week.
That'll save the business.
Nah, that'll turn it all around.
Are you insane?
But figuring out how to
Has
offset
to
the
reward
cost.
that. Oh
my
no!
God.
This is a man with no money at the end of it all, buddy.
Bro.
He's broke on the corner of Cope and Hope Boulevard, buddy. Look at him. Look, zoom in. Look at how sad he is. He can't afford to pay her to pretend to be his friend 3 days a week.
Imagine not being able to offset
He
the
can't
cost
get
with
the
10,000
platinum package.
viewers.
You know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
You can't come up with an extra $500 a week as a multimillionaire?
What is he talking about?
Really?
We're working on that.
How?
We're working on totally relaunching the website with all the members area stuff, and maybe we can
So he wants
generate
you
enough.
to pay. Yo, you got to generate enough income to pay her, buddy. You haven't found a way to make one nickel or dime from this show in the last 4 years. But I'm sure now somehow it's going to become profitable.
Oh,
Mhm.
fuck.
Enough interest to offset the cost.
What do you mean interest? What you need
I'm
is
using those-
income. You need money, De Niro, moolah, cold, hard cash that you don't have. You simped it all away, buddy, and you're broke.
Ozempic. Nope. I'm doing keto,
Liar!
intermittent
He's on
fasting,
it.
and right now light workouts.
Light workouts. We're going to
Nearly
hear about the
three-quarters-
light workouts the next day where he admits that he's not been working out because of his gout. Anyway.
The state's Dem primary voters chose Clinton over Sanders in 2016,
That was a
which is
struggle
why I'm
sesh.
actually cheering for Kamala Harris to win the nomination again.
Oh, we got
She
a
has an
retard alert! Retard alert! Retard alert! Jer's supporting cackling Kamala. But you'll never guess. I mean, you probably will. His reason for supporting her. It's because birds of a feather flock together. Let's hear him out.
Record at being a drunk loser. That
Oh, no, it makes sense. He loves Kamala because he's a drunk loser just like she is.
Wait.
It all
Ash,
adds up. It all adds up.
look.
McDonald's built a 515-page dossier right next to him building his dossier on the Kino Grove.
Look at this.
Okay.
It's ordering, yo.
There is his hate of the Kino Grove just seething
The
and
Kino
maulding
Grove
at Kino Grove.
owns him, dude.
She has
Fucking
an
free.
established record at being a drunk loser. That number.
Number? You mean number?
That number would. We'll see about bringing Melanie on for 3 days. I want to relaunch the members area. I've already worked out like
You're
a
still
forum for
charging
people that don't want to
people
use
for it.
Discord.
What? He's going to
Started
host
filming
his
more
own
members videos.
forum? Jerry's solution to everything is to build his own version of Kiwi Farms.
That won't go bad at all.
The Hambly Farms to talk about his enemies.
But
Let's go!
that's
Yeah,
gonna
the
end-
Orange Farms.
that's gonna end in real.
Do
fucking
it,
time.
Jer! We need the Jer Forum. Let's go!
Bull
When I
farm.
For when I
Free Dog
relaunch-
Corpse for 2 subs. Epics says Felting Jer has become my absolute favorite segment of the show. You're not alone. It's the majority
I
opinion.
love it. I love it.
Snort Molly and Lightbulb Head says it's a shame Jer ruined his friendship with Bering. Australia has legal brothels. He could have Mel clone for $150 dues. And Just Blobby says Adam Sellers, where plowing Jer's wife is the law. Okay.
I want to relaunch right, before I try to, relaunch.
Well, don't tell us
kind of
about
officially.
it. Just do it.
I want to relaunch correctly. I want to get everything done
It's a failure
right
to launch.
before I ask anybody to support the show. I've got to do better at delivering what's promised, and so
he doesn't
before I do
deliver
that,
shit. He's a scammer.
we'll have all that done. Hopefully by the end of the month.
It won't happen.
We'll see though. Your
He's
emotes
not
suck.
making any promises.
Hey, if anybody wants to design emotes and email them to me at
Okay, so he's
thecording@gmail.com.
like, listen, it's your problem, Bish. You're going to have to design your own emotes and email them to me because I'm too lazy, Bish. He is obviously not caught on to that. You got to zoom in on wacky faces and ask people for subs. That's the new meta on stickers, Chair.
Look up the emote requirements for Rumble. If I like it, I'll add it in. How about that? And we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Now let's check out
That was
Thursday.
Wednesday. Now we're getting into Thursday. Let's take a look.
Alrighty.
Oh my God, you might want to turn it down.
I
That
did.
was going to be so horrible on our ears.
Hey,
I'm so glad
Oh.
she's off for the next 2 weeks. It's going to
Yeah.
be great.
how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. The women in this country apparently aren't. I mean,
I guess not. I want to go.
Did they
I
smell
wanna
you?
Actually, deep dive and see how their lack of logic, like where it's at, because to me, this
yeah.
it seems so insane.
Jared's on his
and
phone
I just
again.
Saw, like,
He's
a
completely
fitness
checked
creator I
out.
follow. She doesn't even make content about that
Wait.
stuff, and she's like, "Oh,
Is he putting C4?
What is he doing?
Pre-workout?
He's
follow. She
loading
doesn't even make
pre-workout
content
into
about
his
that.
water bottle. That's what he's doing live. You couldn't do that before the show, and I'll tell you why not. He wants to performatively be putting the pre-workout
The
in front of Melanie.
nootropics, right? Look.
Yes, he wants to do it to show Mel that he's working out and he's serious about his diet so that Mel will give him a chance. Please, Mel, give me a chance.
stuff." And she's like, "Oh, something ain't adding up with this case," and I'm just like, "Wait."
One of the things with these antidepressant medicines that you're on, literally, I
You're
remember.
on them.
So I've begun weaning myself off of them. I don't have
Mhm.
depression. I
Oh,
get
so
panic
guys, so
attacks.
by the way, oh my God, he has panic attacks. He doesn't have depression though, guys. Just horrible panic and anxiety attacks all the time, right? So we're meant to believe that Jeremy has quit drinking. He's gone on a diet where he does keto and 3 days of fasting a week. He's quit Zins. He's quit energy drinks. And he's also working out 6 days a week. And he's also tapering off his psychiatric medication all at the same time while he's under the most pressure and scrutiny he's ever been under in his entire life. Does anyone believe this?
No, that's insane.
But
Right.
I haven't had one in a really long time, so I've been weaning off it. I didn't have any of these side effects, but I
Yeah.
remember when they prescribed them.
If he hasn't had a panic attack or an anxiety attack in a really long time, how does he explain and cope away his behavior over the last year? Because that's really the only way to explain is that he has, and this is really what he should fall on the sword of, that he has incredible mental illness. He's struggling with his mental illness. He needs help. He's clearly up on drugs and medications, and he's sorry, and he's going to try and do better. But then when you
Sure.
claim that you're the most stable you've ever been and you don't have any of these problems, even though you obviously do, it just doesn't even give you any outs or excuses for how you've been acting.
I think I'll be totally off them by September. I'm
Oh,
having
that's
some
awesome.
brain,
Okay.
I started having some brain fog when I stepped down.
Do you
so I'm
talk
just
to your
trying to fight
doctor
through that.
about that?
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's been pretty, at least no change to the amount of panic attacks I have or anxiety that I have. So
Okay.
I'm like,
What
well,
is
good.
going on? Jer,
By the way, why does he think that anybody wants to hear about this stuff?
how is this helping you?
Because this is only hurting him. It's crazy what he's doing, and it's this is most of the show. is just like his personal diatribes, like stream of consciousness about his life. And most of it is lies. And like people are tuning in to hear about the news, how the left got owned, how the woke was triggered. And you're like, yeah, so the SSRI medication, like I'm taking a step down on the meds.
Whoa,
What?
buddy.
I'll just get off them then.
Yeah.
But losing weight and working out actually helps a lot with that, and not drinking.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't
Why
have a
did you
good
quit
memory.
drinking again?
They wanted me to skip
Oh, no
a grade.
doubt.
Oh,
Okay. So Jer is confessing that he doesn't have a good memory, which I'm going to assume is true because he lies so often and sometimes within the same sentence contradicts himself that I imagine he has the brain of a goldfish, the memory of like a fish for real.
brutal.
Because they said that I was not engaged and that the work was not hard enough. Now, my mom ultimately made the decision to not skip me a grade. So they were like, he also
Okay, so
needs to get on
Jer
Adderall
was such a genius, okay, such a brilliant child that they actually wanted to have him skip a grade. But at the same time, he couldn't behave in class and he needed to get on Adderall.
Right.
It doesn't really make sense at all. But I guess his mom was like, no, don't skip him ahead.
Why even say this story? What?
Pay
You know,
attention
like
anymore.
nobody
wasn't a
cares about what
genius like that.
happened
Shut
to
the
you in
fuck
fucking.
up.
But nobody cares what happened to you in grade school. Like,
That's
let it
retarded.
go. Let it go, man. But all of these guys, like, they have these traumas from like public school or elementary, middle school, whatever, that they then decide that they're going to share with the internet. Like Phil with the Wolverine doll, this guy with his story about the cod grades, you know, for lobster work or lobster grades for cod work, whatever the. Now we're hearing about him being advanced a year in school, but they wouldn't let him. It's like, just shut the up. We don't need to know this.
My parents were like, are you on crack? I can say, so this week I did 2 more cuts. So I cut dairy this week.
Okay.
Oh, he also quit dairy.
Oh,
You know, he's like a Buddhist monk now, right? He denies himself. He whips himself through the streets.
Oh my God.
And gluten as well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And gluten.
Since July 19th. So exactly a month.
Okay.
I weighed 349. This morning I weighed 327.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
22 pounds in a
Almost
month.
as though it's not true.
Amazing.
That is
almost as though it's a fib. You want to provide any evidence of this?
Is
like
this
weighing
all he
yourself?
does to Mel now?
Yes,
Is just
yes.
talk her ear off about working out?
Because he thinks that this is going to get him into Mel's pants. Like he's actually this pathetic. This is the entire show with Mel now. It's just like his therapy session
Insane.
and his like,
So I've been like almost 10 days, no alcohol. And
Liar!
It's no big deal. Like,
he was just drinking last weekend. By the way, I love how it's no big deal. Like he never had a problem with alcohol. He hasn't said he's quit and then relapsed dozens of times at this point, right? Like, who does he think he's fooling with this? Like, it's not cool. Oh yeah, man, I never had any problem. Blah blah blah. Like, we all know that you do, right?
He said he had a problem before.
It'd be more believably like, I don't know, like I'm really struggling with this, but I'm trying my best to get through this and become sober. Like that's more believable. Just be like, yeah, I'm a alpha, man. I'm fasting, working out, quit the booze. I didn't need any of this. I'm a king. It's like no one believes you, man.
Yeah, dude.
never addicted to it. Like it wasn't. It's just
shut the up, Mel. Yeah, you know he was addicted to it. Why are you quitting then?
Addicted.
Why are you quitting? I quit because I was addicted and I was doing it all the time. Why are you quitting then? Tell me, Jer. On my diet. What about the White Claw? What about the White Claws?
whatever. I just cut that too because it's dumb calories.
Oh, because the calories. Yeah.
Likely
Not because you're a fucking alcoholic who loses his mind and melts down.
He never quit drinking.
No.
Like, how much you want to bet? Is it a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, a month, maybe?
I'll have a few drinks on weekends.
I had a couple doubles, but it's all right. In reality, it was 7 or 8 fucking doubles of vodka, Red Bull, or whatever. Like,
it's just so annoying to hear the lies.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I basically had my like weekly little like and diet Sprites on Thursdays to relax.
Mhm.
I was only
On
drinking 1
Thursday,
day a week anyway.
we know
since I
it's a
started it.
lie because it's always the weekend where he has the crash out, where he's clearly been drinking.
Yeah.
So it's like he just lies about everything like a compulsion. Oh no, it's Thursday where he drinks. Then why is his behavior on Twitter always on Saturday? And I know I'm going to be dealing with it again tomorrow. I think I'm just going to ignore it no matter what the crash out is.
Yeah, you know what? Just do what I do. Don't look at Twitter at all.
Please, like, just one weekend without a crash out on social media where you're clearly inebriated. Please.
It's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
So going down to 0 was no big deal. But
no big deal.
Since cutting alcohol, I've been sleeping better.
How many times has he said he cut
anxiety.
alcohol? By the way, Jer, isn't this what we told you all along? That the alcohol is what's causing the anxiety and the poor sleep and the diarrhea?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
almost
my
like we were right.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
it's a little more like relaxed than Melanie's.
There he is admitting he supports porn. He doesn't have the same position as Mel.
Your anxiety. See, my position on pornography, it's a little more like lax than Melanie's.
So Mel is allowed to just sit here with this heathen, this devil worshipping pornographer.
This demons that are making him. Now look at Mel knows that she can't make a face. This is what's happening. She knows she can't make a face of disapproval. So she's forcing this fake smile so that we can't felt. But it's obvious that that's what's happening. She clearly doesn't agree with Jeremy jerking off to cuckold. Obviously.
Exactly.
Just like with
I'm
alcohol,
never
going to be that guy who's like, oh my God, never drink alcohol. It's the worst thing ever.
Oh my God, Mel's pissed.
Well, by the way, he's already backpedaling on the drinking shit.
Wait, what?
He's like, I'll never,
alcohol. Like, I'm never going to be that guy who's like, oh my God, never drink alcohol. It's the worst thing ever. That's never going to be me. I'm not saying I'm going to quit forever.
So you're not going to quit. So you're going to be back drinking. In fact, you haven't stopped drinking.
Wait,
is the reality.
What's the point of saying you're quitting then?
It's ridiculous.
Taking a break is not quitting. Taking a break and quitting are completely different things. You know what I mean?
But I am going to, just to help supercharge this, this weight loss journey. And then
Mel is like miserable right now, dude.
Once I mix in more, I've been lax on working out because my foot's been hurting.
Oh, there we go. So he hasn't been working out at all. So what's actually been going on, if he did anything at all, which I really doubt that he did, is he just went on Ozempic and sat on his ass and ate cheeseburgers without buns and ribeye steaks for every meal. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Like that. If he actually lost the 18 pounds, that's what he did. Okay. He wasn't working, but he's going to end up completely up as a result of this, by the way. He's going to end up looking like Philip. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you don't want to look like that. It's not ideal.
Working out, maybe I'll allow myself once in a while. But for now, when basically all I'm doing is intermittent fasting and keto, I don't want to screw that up with empty calories from alcohol.
Yep.
And the intermittent fasting has been crazy too. I did 3 days.
Oh God.
So he's claiming that he did 3 days of fasting.
No, he didn't.
And then
he would complain about it every day.
Look at Mel.
But she's lying.
She doesn't believe this. Nobody believes this, Jeremy.
Oh
but then
God.
to claim, as he's going to claim, that it was no big deal at all and it was really easy. It is not easy to fast for 3 days. Okay? It's not.
This week, 2 days this week, I think 2 days. It was easy.
Okay, pause.
Get into that,
he doesn't know if he fasted for 2 or 3 days in a week. He didn't fast then. If you're that dedicated, you're that disciplined with your diet that you're doing fasting, you know if it's 2 or 3 days.
You go, it was 2 days or 3 days. I fasted for like 12 hours for a few days. I knew every minute I fasted because it was torture. But he's like, 2 or 3, maybe 4 days. Jeremy, you'd be crying about it.
We're meant to believe we go from a guy who's so undisciplined. He's like 450 pounds, alcoholic, mega glutton, indulging every earthly pleasure and whim of the flesh he could possibly, like gooning to all this shit right? He's doing zins, he's drinking energy drinks, all of it. He goes from that to like the most disciplined ascetic monk lifestyle where he's fasting and no alcohol, not even energy drinks, he's going to say here in a minute.
By the way,
Who does he think he's fooling? And then to say it's easy. Like, it's obviously not easy to go from that extreme of a lifestyle to the other extreme. It's a big change.
also, if you talk about this on your show, do it once. Every show. Jer, no one cares about the daily update.
Let the results speak for themselves. But what he wants is the dopamine hit. The dopamine hit from telling people you did it is the exact same as actually doing it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly.
So that's what he wants. Look at him here. Look at him. He's clearly lying. Look at this. He's like the blobfish for.
It actually is.
When you get into that zone, like, I'm just not hungry. Like, my wife is like, dude, what the hell? You haven't eaten in like 2 days. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't had this steak in a week, which sucks because I got gout, so I'm waiting weeks. I got gout in my foot. And there is a prescription.
Jer, it's the same. Jer, you have to change it up.
Prescription I can take to get rid of it quicker, but I'm trying to cleanse my body from all prescriptions, so I haven't taken it. And
he's cleansing, guys. He's cleansing his body of all prescriptions. His body is now a holy temple, and nothing impure will ever enter his body. Who do you think you're fooling,
buddy? This is
Ozempic, man. This is one of the symptoms of Ozempic, is that you can get gout for a short period of time, and he knows it'll pass because it's been induced by the Ozempic. So that's why he's not taking that medication, because he knows that it's going to pass anyway.
The pills make it go away in like 2 days. This is now week 2, but it's much better. It's improving like 1% a day.
Are we meant to believe that Jeremy Hambly, of all people, won't take the easy way out of just taking the pill to relieve it in 2 days?
Yeah, right.
When has he ever taken the harder path with anything? Like with his mental health, right? Rather than actually like change his lifestyle habits, he just immediately signed up for Xanax and SSRIs and all this. Like, I guarantee you, the moment he decided he wanted to lose weight, he's like, give me the Ozempic, which is like, that's fine, bro, but just don't lie to everybody that you're not using it. You know what I mean? Because you are. But I don't even know if he is. I think he just straight up is lying. I'm of two minds about it. It could be Ozempic. It could be, and it's far more likely he didn't change anything. He's just lying because he doesn't look any different at all.
Yeah.
Like if I go out to eat 3 or 4 times and I go on like, I drink 4 or 5 days in a row. Then I
drink 5 days in a row, but you had no problem with alcohol, but you're drinking 5 days in a row.
That's wild. That's fucked.
Like, buddy, that's a serious fucking bender. And to do that regularly,
right?
To a therapist for my panic attack problems, he was just like, here's some pills. See me in 6 months. I was like,
and you went along with that?
We're not going to try to like get to the bottom of it, or we're not going to, okay, I'll just take these pills. I have a unique skill, Melanie.
You took the pills. Listen to this shit. This is crazy. This is actually one of the craziest things I've ever heard him say. Okay. To where he even realizes midway through this that what he's doing is creepy, but he's too far committed to this bit. So he's going to do it anyway, but he's ashamed to say it. Okay.
Okay.
I have a unique skill. I've honed it over many years.
Okay.
Of being able to detect when a woman might be
he's ashamed to say it.
Some levels of, let's just say hypothetically, I'm with someone and they need to buy a bunch of chewy nerds in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's trying to say he's too ashamed, that he can tell when any woman is on their period. I can smell it.
Oh, like fuck!
Just this fucking gross freak of a fucking person. Like, it's so creepy and uncomfortable.
He's like when they're like,
and he realized how gross and how creepy it was, and it was getting clipped. But he just needed to make Mel uncomfortable to goon. Like, he's just sick, man. Just sick.
those dots. And so I just say like, I'm just like, okay, it's look, anybody who's been married or dates a woman, like when you're young, like you're like, ew, periods are gross. It's like, no, a man, you must understand it. It could save your life one day. Not all women get crazy, by the way. Not all women get like, my wife doesn't. Like,
why are you telling us about your wife's menstrual cycle? Why are you doing this? What is wrong with you?
Us just being like, why are you talking about this? He'll say, we're talking about his wife.
Why do people keep speculating about my personal life? It's the worldwide privacy tour. Hey guys, my wife's PMSing. Oh, my wife's in menopause. Why are you talking about my wife's period? Because you're talking about it, you mongoloid. This is his wife ought to beat his ass. She has no idea this going. She doesn't watch this crap. But he feels comfortable talking to his work wife about his actual wife's menstrual cycle in front of thousands of people. That's not normal, you Matt.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. But the
okay, now he's felting Mel for PMSing. That's
crazy.
Bring it back. Bring it back 15 seconds. Let's just hear people because we were yelling. Let's just hear this again.
A man, you must understand it. It could save your life one day. Not all women get crazy, by the way. Not all women get like, my wife doesn't.
Oh,
like,
I'm so envious. I get, yeah.
Yes, you do. But but I mean, like, my wife has a friend that like
he gets poo MS.
Called it like six times in a row.
So now he's saying that his wife's friend, he's the last 6 times called her out for being on her period and guessed it correctly. Is this a normal thing? Is this a normal thing that guys do?
No.
I've never seen this in my life.
Like, what the
I just say it to her, right? I'm like, oh, is it? She's like, shut up. I'm running a free entry poker tournament for all of our viewers.
Look at Mel. Hey, Mel, gambling, Bible, gambling.
Free to enter.
Look about Mel's like, what?
1,000 in the prize pool and 100 on my head every time somebody eliminates me.
Are we not going to bring up that maybe God wouldn't want us to gamble or whatever? Like, they do, and they like agree that God wants you to gamble and that it's not even gambling because it's a game of skill. And it's like, okay.
Insane.
I will, and I will have 5 rebuys, which means people in the tournament will have 5 chances to take 100. You'll also win when you take out other players, and it's completely free to enter. So if you want to, if you're interested
Mel
in
looks
something like that, I'm trying to gauge
about
interest.
Okay.
Go to thequartering.com/poker and just put your sign up. You don't have to be a shark. I'm definitely not. I've won very few tournaments in my life, so you would definitely have a chance. Do I like Dave and Buster's? I used to until the darkness rolled in.
Black people?
Now people are getting shot and stabbed there.
Oh.
Are people getting shot at Dave and Buster's?
Maybe one of them.
Is this a real phenomenon at the Dave and Buster's? Like, he's saying that he's in fear for his life now every time he's at Dave and Buster's. Let him go.
We just spent a lot of money buying their stupid $18 drinks that only have 1 shot of alcohol in them. Eat their crappy chicken tenders. God. And, now it's just not safe.
10 years ago, there was all kinds of people doing the gaming stream stuff.
Okay, pause.
Yes.
So,
this is insane. So because neither of these bozos can do game streams, no one wants to watch them game, especially Jer. His game streams are ghost town. They're now claiming that nobody does game streaming, and it's been 10 years since that anyone was a successful game streamer. That's where they're at.
What the bro?
Yeah, I think that ultimately game streaming is kind of dead.
Yeah.
It's now IRL streams and political streams.
What are you talking about?
These are
is he high?
Streaming's done.
Really enjoy doing my gaming streams a lot, but you
Go
know,
back to it. Crimson Desert. Finish Crimson Desert. The 400-hour game that never ends.
like you said, the appetite wasn't there, and
nobody wanted to watch Jared's games. You look at Val; she looks salty, bro. Your streaming expert, sire. It's still a massive, massive market. It's probably the biggest streaming market there is. Now, is it oversaturated? Yeah. But you just have to be better. You just have to actually be entertaining, be somebody that people want to watch. Like, nobody wants to watch you, Jarek, because you're boring. You're a bum.
like, what am I doing? You know,
Right.
like I could be doing VODs and actually earning money versus, you know, streaming for nobody. I mean, I miss Pizza Hut, and I miss they used to have the
I
turbo.
bet you
my
miss Pizza Hut. This is so sad. You know, the truth is, he doesn't miss Pizza Hut.
He misses
He misses
pizza.
being a... Well, yeah, but he misses being a kid.
Yeah.
He misses not having responsibilities and bills and problems in life and these simpler times. And he might have had friends back then. He's all alone now. That's what this is really about. And it's just sad.
Yeah.
They keep going back to this like nostalgic refrain. And it's like, you can never go home again. Like, you got to move on. You got to be an adult. Figure it out.
Game
The
there.
retro ones were it was such an experience. It really was the best. That was the best time to be a kid, was the 90s.
The best
Yep.
time to be a kid was whenever you grew up personally, right? It's, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, that was the best.
No,
The best time to be alive was when I was 10 years old, because you grew up in the 90s, Andy. I know.
But here's why. Here's why. We, as a kid, got every technology advancement. We saw from the Game Boy to the PS. We saw everything. Anyone born now, it's all Unreal 5. It's all the same. Whereas we saw evolution of everything. Now it's all reboot, remaster.
Tell him,
I'm being
Andy.
real. I'm being real. You know what I mean?
And close.
same.
The pizza buffet used to be awesome. I almost
Oh,
called
Andy W. See?
I love Andy loves. I'm sorry, not Andy. Quartering loved the Pizza Hut buffet. You hearing this? No doubt.
course he did.
No doubt he loves the pizza slut buffet. Holy fuck.
I almost called it the bomb. That's how old I am. Nothing used to be as good as
The
it used to
bomb.
be. I have a sale on K-Cups at my coffee company at coffeebrandcoffee.com. They're all 10% off today with promo code KCUP10. The link is in the
Oh
description.
my God, I forgot to tell you. In the Walmart video he made yesterday that I watched, his coffee promotion, you know what he said? He goes, "It's been tough selling coffee, so I have to put everything on a discount."
Oh, no. Do you want to put it on? You love this fucking Walmart video. They put it on after this.
It's really like bad. It's a really bad, but there's some funny gold moments.
How
you know,
long
she's
is it?
been
Like
a
20 minutes
12.
in Walmart?
12.
Oh my God. All right, we'll see.
mainstay co-host on the show on Tuesdays and Thursdays. She's also working really hard to make me a little less gross every day.
Yeah.
So
What?
go follow me on the
Now's
channel.
job is to make Jer a little less gross every day. Did you hear that?
I know, right?
Really hard to make me a little less gross every day.
Yeah.
So today, go follow
And then
me on the
I'm on
channel.
vacation, guys. Don't.
Oh, is that next week?
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm
how,
working
how
on
jealous Jer gets. Like, get ready. Jer is seething that she's going on vacation. Get ready. This is Kino.
Okay.
Sunday, so I'll be back on September 8th. So it's
Whoa.
Yeah, it's
So Jer, for whatever, they're such good friends, right? They're such close, tight-knit friends that Melanie hadn't even told Jer how long she was going to be on vacation for until right now on the show, her last show before vacation. But she's definitely not paid to pretend to be his friend. They have a really close friendship for sure.
All right.
long vacation.
I'm paying you too much.
I know.
Holy
I know. I'm going
crap.
on a great vacation.
Yeah. So it's the next 2 weeks. It'll just be me on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh,
Elite
Oh,
viewership drop
it'll
coming
just
in on
be
Tuesdays
him.
and Thursdays.
Oh,
Thanks
his
for that.
viewership's
Not only am I
crumbling,
paying
buddy.
you too much.
I'm on a super vacation.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
you're paying her
Cramoles.
too much.
So she'll be off next week and the following week. and then you'll be back
Yes.
on that Tuesday, right?
Yes.
And then we're gonna have to talk about your pay. This is a process. 2-week vacation. I don't even take 2-week vacations.
Oh, Jared can't even take a vacation because he has to spend all of his money on Melanie Mac so she can go on vacation. And he's going to probably pay her during the vacation. You want to pull up the Walmart video?
It's
All right,
really,
got Jeremy's
really bad.
racetrack for 2,000 kicks.
I don't know if we'll
says
make it.
Mel has failed. Night of the Plastic Knife says, preach it, Worski. Everything is fake and gay. Fuck these Zoomers. Light Bulb Head says, Phil Felted. Kino Grove says he's afraid of Walmart. Chili's, now DBs. Bro needs to get back on the psych meds. Swallow Cost Survivor says that guy who always gets felted at the casino should sign up for his poker tournament.
Good. Someone goes, it's better good. It's not. I'm not promising. Well,
none of it's
anything.
good with
it's not
Jared.
good. It's not.
Night of the Plastic Knives for 500 kicks says Jared just wanted to let everyone know his wife's stank. You can see it in their eyes when they're bleeding. Ours and VT, Jared is trying to be the bear, saying he can smell periods. Sponge Jared Poop Pants says he fasted for 3 days in college. You stop pooping after day 2. Jared would definitely know. Jeremy's racetrack for 5,000 kicks says hours are like days for Jared. Octavia sales rep, love this new orthorexia LARP from Jared. Sneedfried for 1,000 says kick saw I was still following DSP and gave me these kicks for support. Oops, lost it at the casino. Suffer Phil. Threading the Sneedle for 1,000 kicks says, imagine doing 12 years of undergrad, med school, and residency, only for your patient to hold your opinion in the same regard as a 6 out of 10 e-girl. Sponge Jared Poop Pants says, Jeremy Trump was a very stable genius. Maxwell, if I wanted to watch a cuck cry about his mental health, I would see an Indian movie or something. Medieval Syphilis says his knee sure did heal up quick, huh? Yasuru sent 1,000 kicks with no message. Pre-Dawn Corp says he programmed his Roombas to keep crashing into his ass that are wearing strap-ons. He has a fetish for droids. Suffer Archu, Jer 2, Suffer Bish. And Cambridge Police says, I can't stop thinking. Okay, there we go.
Thank you so much.
Holy.
Okay, this video, I'm not pumping it up like it's the best.
It's all right. Let's give it a go. He looks very tired and sad as usual.
It is. He's got his bad video, guys.
He's got his
Walmart
picnic
just shared
blanket
some
on.
brutal news, and it's
oh no, not the brutal Walmart news. They're stocking coffee brand coffee on their markets. Bro, his eyes are so sunken in here. Holy, what's wrong with him? He's like Schmeagol for sake. Oh my God.
Who reports on Walmart news? Actually, is this a thing that any right-wing content creator does? No, for real.
You got a Rollius for 1,000 kicks. Says Elks beat the Bombers 22-19, 8-3 now. Argos face the Ticats. Closest thing to an auto win, save the Red Blacks. Nothing's going to save the Red Blacks, bro. They're 0-10 now. They're not going to win a game all season. It's felted, buddy. Holy.
It's a broader picture of the economy at large. This has been something, I know it's unpopular with one side of the aisle, but it's been something that...
What? Is everybody divided on the hot button wedge issue of Walmart? I know the Democrats have made their entire platform opposition to Walmart, but what?
Am I right? Like this video, I was like, what's going... Is this real?
People are, for whatever reason, afraid to admit, it's still pretty dang expensive out there.
Who's afraid to admit
Walmart?
that? Everyone's saying everything's expensive.
I guess he's saying that Trump won't admit that the food is expensive. I don't know. We'll see where this goes.
I'm pretty sure they all are.
Everything.
Yeah.
Gas, groceries, heating and cooling,
He's having trouble paying for his heating and cooling.
Electric bills. Everything really hasn't got that much better since, January of last year when the administration changed. And Walmart is sharing some pretty alarming information.
Oh my God. It's the alarming information, the info drop from Walmart that'll change everything. Bombshell announcement. Walmart has stated that food prices are up. We all know every time we go to the grocery store, it's expensive.
Oh my God.
About what's going on with that.
So
and I think
live Walmart news alert on the status of the Walmart aisles. Did Jer Shart and Mart once again? Or was it an Indian immigrant? Find out at 6 o'clock on Walmart News.
it's a great example of the broader picture. People out there are still, it's tough out there, man.
What a brave stance you took, Jer! Your torch lights the way! Oh, people are struggling! Oh my God!
It's tough out there. What's this? This is crazy.
It's always Jer. It's tough for you there, isn't it, buddy? He's got so much empathy for the plight of the poor.
I feel it. I know you feel it.
You don't feel it. You're a multi-millionaire, apparently, with Rolex watches out the ass. Stop pretending that you feel the pinch the same way the average worker does. Off.
Leave a like on the video if you're sick of paying $4 plus for gas.
Leave a like on the video if you like puppies and kittens. Leave a like on the video if you like sunshine and rainbows and long walks on the beach. Like, this is the most, by the way, this is like the conversation you have with somebody in the waiting room at the doctor or something. Yep, gas prices are sure high. Yep, damn liberals, or whoever the can you blame it all on the government? Everybody's like, oh, piece of shit. This is like everywhere all the time. Like,
leave
like,
a like if
weather
you've been blinking today. Leave a like if you don't like paying a lot for gas. Here you go.
You know, that everything's downhill from oil, upstream or downstream from oil, which means your gas is more expensive.
We've got an economic master here, bro. Mm-hmm.
Shipping's more expensive. Your products are more expensive. Everything's more expensive.
No
groceries are still too expensive. There's still a problem with meat.
The price of the groceries is too damn high. Was there ever a time, by the way, where people were like, wow, it's such a great value I'm getting on groceries? The thing is, people always complain about the cost of living. It's always now it's really getting now, but I mean, come on.
Walmart is a great bellwether for this. By the way,
Walmart is a bellwether for the economic crisis in America.
It is.
Okay, here we go.
As Walmart goes, so does the nation.
Here we go. You ready?
Speaking of saving money, over at coffeebrandcoffee.com, I'm running a sale today, 10% off all of our K-Cups.
Watch this.
It's a great time to stock up if you're an existing customer. If you're new, you like flavored coffee, I highly recommend our Blueberry Cobbler. If you don't like flavored coffee, our dark roast and our medium roast, our Colombian, is incredible too. Butterscotch toffee, vanilla sugar cookie.
Oh my God.
K-Cup 10.
But I thought he wasn't going to do any Walmart or any coffee ads this week. Holy shit.
What he says here is crazy.
Checkout to save, and link will also be in the description. So if you saw Walmart stock today, it's not been a great month. Not been a great 6 months. Down 15% in the last 6 months.
Walmart, let it die. Walmart, bro. I hate Walmart, really.
7%. But what is this? You know, a month. Today alone, it's down 10%. Well, it's because Walmart posted the slowest sales growth in 6 years, I believe.
Why? How is this news for right-wing political? I'm actually like, how is this?
Won't somebody think about Walmart? Won't somebody think about the Walton family and Walmart corporate shareholders? Their portfolios are down 15%. Ah, what are we gonna do?
Leave. Now,
Stuff Walmart, like
it's got like they make billions. It's okay.
we need more troops in Iran to save Walmart. That's Walmart you're dying for in the desert, boy. When you're fighting, think of Walmart. Think of the affordable prices. Think of great value brand.
you would think when times get tough, more people would turn to shopping at Walmart. We specifically do our food shopping.
He's a Walmart shopper. This guy is shopping at Walmart.
Shops at Walmart exclusively
People
now.
would turn to shopping at Walmart.
What?
We specifically do our food shopping usually at Walmart or Meijer because it's just cheaper. I mean, a box of Cheerios is a box of Cheerios. I try to support local business. I try to support, my local. Shout out to the Piggly Wiggly.
You're trying to support local business. It's Walmart, you idiot.
It supports the local.
What are you? It's a multinational corporation. Like Walmart was literally the devil 20 years ago before Amazon ate their lunch. Like. What are we talking now compared to Amazon and all the tech corporations? You're like, oh, yes, the nice, friendly ma and pa shop Walmart. The halcyon days of yore, nostalgic for Walmart. Oh, yes. What world are we living in?
Oh, my God.
Which is my local grocery store. But when you have to buy food, I go to Piggly Wiggly to get my steaks. But if I'm getting a box of Cheerios, I don't care. I'm not paying $2 more at the pig to get it when I get it at Walmart.
By the way, Piggly Wiggly is, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it like one of the lowest end grocery stores?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Like, is Piggly Wiggly actually like Whole Foods? Like, is it?
I actually don't even know.
Many Americans, I don't know if you do this, but we do this. We get our groceries from like 3 or 4 different places.
He goes,
what?
He goes to grocery stores.
But at a certain point, right, that's counterproductive because you're wasting so much time
and
gas driving all over God's green earth to save 65 cents off a box of Cheerios. Like, this guy's acting like he's on a fixed income and he's a senior clipping coupons. Like,
oh, buddy.
For whatever reason, like chips and stuff like that and soups are cheap.
He's got like soup and chips at like the one store, the Cheerio the thing at one store.
For Targets, my wife
You're
buys
a millionaire,
from there.
sire.
They split up. They go on different cars to different stores.
She buys meat from the local place. She buys everything else from Walmart or Meijer. So at any given time, we're probably going to 3 or 4 different stores to try to get the best deal, and it wasn't always like that.
The price of gas is through the roof, so when you drive around to 3 or 4 different stores today, each of them 20 minutes apart.
When things were better, we would just get it all from the same store, except meat. I would still go to the butcher to get steaks, but still, Walmart and other big U.S. retailers have now warned that consumers are being very cautious, even if the household balance sheet seemed healthy.
Walmart warned that people are tightening up their wallets.
I'm going to be real. This is one of the things that drives me insane is the people that will line up at Costco when the line for gas is like a half hour long.
Yeah.
To save 3 to 4 cents per liter or gallon on gas.
Nuts. It's insane.
Like, how much is your time worth to you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're saving like $2, but you're waiting like 30 minutes for gas. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this just goes to the bigger picture that the rent is too damn high. It's expensive out there. People are worried about, what's going on with the economy. People aren't spending freely. I can tell you, coffee sales, I've had to do discounts when I normally don't.
What? Times are tough, guys. As a multi-millionaire coffee conglomerate, I'm having to offer sales on my coffee when I normally wouldn't. This is just his way of backhandedly promoting the coffee and stuffing another. Times are so tough, guys. Crazy Jazz, Coffee Emporium. They're calling me Crazy fucking Jazz. I'm giving a whole 10% off of K-Cups.
Oh.
Crazy Jazz fire sale.
What's going on with the economy? People aren't spending freely. I can tell you, coffee sales, I've had to do discounts when I normally don't. I don't have a lot of margin. 10% off is basically all my margin.
Why would you do that then? So you sell it for free. You do it for free. Then that's what we're meant to believe.
The Jeremy.
What a fucking lie, bro. Yeah, it's all just a charity service for sure.
Plus the tariffs on the beans. But it's tough out there.
Tariffs on the beans. It's
Walmart
tough.
posted
It's tough out there. It's tough out there to be a multi-millionaire coffee company owner and YouTuber, guys. Times are tough. I have to pump out the slop. I'm stealing shorts every day. Are we for real? Like, this guy's he's in the midst of the Great Depression. He sits on his ass and reads news articles all day. Like, who gives a
Oh, I told you, man. Isn't this not crazy? Was I lying?
What is?
slowest sales.
I was
in
watching this, like, going, "What the are you? What?"
years.
Brock Hussein Obama here is saying there is no tariffs on coffee beans. Is that true? Is he fibbing about the tariffs on the coffee beans?
Probably.
Market of United States as consumers are worried about their finances and tightening their wallets. Comparable sales at Walmart stores rose just 2.6% in its most recent quarter. The retailer reported on Thursday its slowest growth in more than 6 years.
Okay.
Now, I started to say this earlier.
It's still growing.
Generally, you would think when things get tough, people turn to Walmart. But when things actually get tough, then they stop spending.
On groceries?
Whoa! People are saving money.
You don't
when things
have
are
any
tough?
money to spend. You can't spend money. What brilliant, sire.
Really?
I don't need that. I mean, you guys, it's basically a meme. I have like 10 shirts. I don't spend money on shirts.
What do you mean? So we're now meant to believe Jer is in such a struggle mode that he can only afford to have 10 shirts, but he has a dozen or more Rolex watches.
And he's got a Cybertruck and a bunch of cars.
You know, a Ford Raptor and a tractor that's a lawnmower that's 30 grand, etc. Like, really?
Buddy.
Just shut the up. The reason you only have these 10 shirts is because you're a slob that doesn't care about yourself. That's why.
But I do that. Nothing wrong with it. Till there's holes in it, I'm not buying a new shirt. It's totally fine. If things were better out there, maybe I'd buy some new shirts.
What a bum.
Stop it.
What a bum.
We're meant to believe this guy can't afford to put clothes on his back. Like, I get they charge
$5,000.
I get they charge a fatty tax, Jer, for the 5XLs, buddy.
Andrew $5,000.
But it goes from, oh, he's so rich, he gives Andrew Wilson $5,000 to now he can't even afford clothes.
I know.
And then it's like, oh, he's broke then. Well, no, I gave Andrew $5,000. Okay, so you're super rich then and we don't need to support you? No, I can't even afford clothes and I have to put my coffee on sale and I lose all the margin. And it's like, this is pathetic stuff.
And someone goes, Andy, he gave Andrew $5,000 on credit. That's true. But you could still write off clothing when you're on screen. So, like, how about use it for your job?
Well, we know that
better?
Jer would do that. For sure.
Yeah, of
you know what I
course.
mean?
Oh,
it's kind of borderline as to whether or not you can do that or not, but he does.
Yeah, of course.
He thought you could write off a hair transplant.
No.
For sake.
No.
Maybe you don't need that name brand anymore. Things are getting tough out there. You're like, well, I'm going to go to Walmart because whatever their brand, Great Value, is that their brand? I don't know. The Walmart brand is cheaper.
So wait, you're telling me that you're so impoverished that you have to shop at Walmart, go around 3-4 different stores to get the cheapest version, but you don't even know the Walmart store brand? Are you going to tell us you don't know the Costco is Kirkland? You're going to tell us you don't know Walmart is Great Value? Like, what are we doing here? Really?
But it's gotten worse than just the perception that things are bad. It's now the reality that things are tough. The world's largest retailer had been on a roll with cost-conscious shoppers flocking to its stores in search of deals in an uncertain economy. Walmart said that lower drug prices brought on by regulatory changes dragged it down its U.S. sales last quarter.
What was that, Jared? Changes?
Oh, man.
Changes. Okay.
Still, thank you, Trump RX. The company raised its outlook for sales and profit for this full fiscal year.
Wait,
company
I think that's...
there. Actually do something about it.
Okay, so that was
what?
You want to keep him out? Right?
No, just let him go. Let him go.
That's the issue. $18 burrito, rich college kids complaining. Yeah, okay. But I see our grocery bill. You see your grocery bill.
Well, your grocery bill is
Back to
high
school?
because you're.
And you buy
Okay,
10 steaks
by
a
the way,
week.
today he claims that he has 2 entire chest freezers full in his house for just him and his wife. Plus, he's buying an additional 2 chest freezers to fill with a cow that he purchased. Okay.
Okay,
Like-
but he can't afford a shirt. Sure.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
Yeah.
It's coming up. Is it already back to school? It's back to school time right now. I mean,
Back to school.
I can imagine what the price of all the supplies
so.
kids
Andy,
need
I don't know
nowadays.
what this is, but
how that's changed.
apparently, Andy, apparently in America they go back to school in August
What the
because they get out of school in May. Is this actually true, guys?
What?
Is this actually true? Like, I had no idea this was the case until like a few weeks ago.
That's
When I
crazy.
saw this- People are saying yes. Here, it's completely different. We keep the kids in school until like the 3rd week of June, and then they're back the 1st week of September. It's kind of crazy. Whereas like in America, some of them have like 3 or 4 months off, apparently.
God damn. But
Remember
if you're
going back
off early, that's cool then, I guess, right?
to school shopping as a kid, I loved it. Got to pick out my Trapper Keeper. If I could get a Trapper Keeper, it kind of depends.
Oh, stop! His parents couldn't afford the Trapper Keeper. Jer had to go without. He couldn't get the Trapper Keeper. His parents owned 7 rental properties. He said he wanted for nothing multiple times, but now he couldn't get a Trapper Keeper. Okay. Right.
And they were expensive, and you didn't really need one. But pick out your pens, pick out your
He's
crayons.
Trapper Keeperless.
It was a great time. I used to work at Office Max. It was our biggest time of the year. Parents coming in, getting their crayons, their TI-83 calculators,
Folks,
they're all this.
This is a quartering video unedited by us, literally off his page. This is what you're getting with your 2.19 million sub channel.
Stuff. Buying the $5 insurance plan that I get $5 for. It was a great time for me at $7.15 an hour to make some commissions. However, perhaps there's a psychological
Jer's
impact
just
to that,
like
John
you guys.
How is this allowed on YouTube for being so boring?
David said about the gas prices. There's not a psychological impact to that. People are spending an extra $100 a month on gasoline, maybe $200 or $300, depending on how long your drive is.
Mm-hmm.
That comes right out of your pocket.
Yeah, no
and,
shit.
And it affects them psychologically because it's more expensive and you're more stressed out. What the are you talking about?
I don't even know. What is he saying?
What does he mean? That is psychological because you're stressed out.
It evaporates. Gasoline is just this thing that we have to pay for.
Is he retarded? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's how the world
It's not
works,
like-
bud.
Like, what the fuck?
You get any oodles of satisfaction out of it, to use the marketing term, unless you're huffing it, I suppose. It's not like you're buying more stuff. You just have less money. There are many new choices that consumers are making. America's biggest
Penny's
retailers
clip
said
star
earlier this
goes,
week-
Jer is experiencing being poor for the first time ever, and he's trying to tell us how crazy it is. You know.
Oh, you know what I mean?
the consumers have been very wary with their spending and keen to get value from every dollar spent.
Oh
even
my
if
God, they
household
always
balance
are.
sheets seemed healthy. Now, I should say, this is how you should always live, right?
Uh-huh.
You should try to maintain your budget.
Hot take.
Wow, you get Dave Ramsey up in this bitch, guys. You should try to live within your means on a budget.
Really? Oh, I thought spend it all. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Regardless of how the economy's going.
What? What are you
Okay.
This is something that I've, more recently started with.
Oh, because he's poor now. So now he's starting to save for retirement at 45 after he squandered millions and millions of dollars on children's toys. Nice. Nice.
Content creation. When things were great, I spent great. Built this big house. Great.
Oh no!
I told
Oh
you, dude.
no, he's regretting it all, bro. The bankruptcy arc is on its way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck. No.
Things aren't great now.
No,
I better
this
tighten
is
the
so
belt.
good.
So you roll.
Buddy, how much tighter can the belt's gonna fucking explode? But we're meant to believe there's a lot of slack in Jer's belt. The belt's fucking screaming for help, buddy. You can't get much tighter, for fuck's sake.
Flip
You
back.
think you can even
Things get
wear a
great.
fucking belt? Do they make it? It's like wrapping a fucking Christmas tree at a certain fucking point.
Fuck.
Again, you spend more. My change has been basically to adopt that when times are bad budget and stick to it when times are good, and then put money in the bank.
Times will never be good again.
Reported earnings from Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Lowe's, and TJ Maxx. The parent TJ Maxx
No,
provided
not
a snapshot of how
Home
American
Depot.
households are now faring as the cost of living remains high, including groceries, housing costs, and gas prices. At the same time, the job market has remained very fragile and wage growth has slowed. Delinquencies on credit cards, auto loans, and student debt
It's the
are also
golden
on the rise.
age. Thank you, Trump,
I mean,
for the
not to mention
golden
the
age. Okay.
They say AI is replacing 15,000 jobs a month or 70,000 jobs a month, so one of the two.
15 or
Wait.
70?
Or did he say 50 or 70?
AI is replacing.
It's like he just pulls this straight out of his ass.
Yeah.
AI is replacing all of our jobs. So it. Okay.
15,000 jobs a
Yeah, it
month
says 15.
or 70,000 jobs a month, so one of the two.
There's a pretty big difference between 15 and 70.
Like 45 would
It's
have been the
only
medium?
like a 4x increase or a half x increase for sake.
Oh.
We have record numbers of student loan delinquencies and all this kind of, and how
He's
car
too poor to
delinquencies.
afford the dollar.
The car
a
delinquencies
week.
I used to sell cars is a canary in the coal mine of how the economy's doing. There's always people who don't pay their car note. It happens. Sometimes
Like
you
you?
lose your job, whatever. Sometimes you're just a delinquent person. You don't pay your bills. But they have been on the rise and they're near historic levels right now.
AKA
And I
black.
keep getting told, the economy is so good. Look at the stock market. Well,
Jared, you don't have any stock. Stay out of this conversation.
He sold all of his stocks. Bro, look at his left eye. Oh my God. Whoa, buddy. This guy needs rest.
most of us don't live on the stock market. At most of us have our 401ks. And when those are doing good, we're happy. But those 401ks are like fake money. I have an IRA. I don't even know how much money's in it.
Well, because
I put money in it every year.
Oh my God. Oh, yeah. But he said he couldn't retire. If he was maxing that out, wouldn't he have been able to retire by now?
Yes, exactly.
You know, like, I'm sorry, but like, this guy is entirely about money. And he's trying to tell us that he doesn't know how much he has saved. I guess in his mind, his retirement is a fantasy because he knows he's never going to make it to his 60s. So why even bother, right?
Yeah.
Jeremy's Racetrack for 5
Let's
subs.
go. Big support.
And Fuberid says, watching this greasy flagging struggle is like a sweet treat for me. Me too.
Mhm.
I love to hear that he's struggling.
That it's enough for me to retire one day. But it doesn't
But it
change my
shouldn't
monthly
even be a
budget. The
question.
money that's in
On whether or not he can retire. He should have had you money 5 years ago. Like seriously. Like I just
Literally.
can't. How did he fuck this up?
You spent every fucking penny, then paid taxes, everything dropped to shit, and now he can't pay it all back.
your 401k doesn't make any difference when you're paying day-to-day bills. They say household balance sheets remain healthy in aggregate, but the savings rate is very low, and elevated loan delinquencies suggest that significant minority are struggling to make ends meet. Well, then I wouldn't call that a healthy balance sheet. If Americans aren't able to save money, especially for the retirement, because who knows, Social Security, will it be there? Will I don't know. If we can't save money, then our balance sheets aren't healthy. And I think Walmart really is kind of
What a
the
hot take, Jer.
canary in the coal mine. If they're out there saying, hey,
Yo, front
people are even
page.
spending less at Walmart.
Let's go.
We've been felting this guy for 3 hours, folks.
Yes. Look at his
Probably not
face
good. And by
there.
the
Oh my God.
way, it would have been way worse, but they got a tariff refund of $3 billion. So the tariffs haven't really been working out that great either.
Does anyone believe they actually use that windfall to cut prices? Because I don't. Like, the prices never go down. Like,
No.
have you ever known for the prices to just like go down and keep going down?
It's a sale. That's it. Literally, it has to be a sale. But as for year by year by year, no, of course not.
The midterms are in November, and it's not going to get good unless we see drastic changes to the gasoline prices.
Sir,
Oh my
the
God.
midterms are in 3 months. There is not going to be drastic change. Nothing is going to happen. Okay?
No one's going to care, by the way. It's the same
Oh
either
my
way.
God.
Like, oh, Trump did this. If it's the liberals, the liberals. It's the same for this.
In the very near future. And I'm not talking like eventually. I'm talking like by September, they better be back down in the 3.
Or what? The president won't exist
or
anymore?
else blue team will get more than red team. And then nothing will really change, really.
It'll get
like-
worse. And it's like, oh, wait, maybe blue team shouldn't have. Okay.
And the 2s here in the Midwest, or people are going to be feeling people need time to reset. When you've been living on ramen and
He's been
Jeremy,
living on ramen. folks. We got him.
he's wasting away, boys, just living off of 1 cup of ramen a day. That's what we're meant to believe.
finally get 1 month where you can go out to dinner, that's not going to change how you vote. It's not, people are worried about the economy, and they should be, because people are struggling out there. And the longer people keep their head in the sand and say, well, look at the stock market, it's not helping us. Americans need to be able to save money, not just live paycheck to paycheck. Let me know how things are going for you. What do you think of your grocery bills
It's brilliant
lately?
for Jared to say that when he was raking in millions and millions of dollars and
You hear what
still
he
living
said?
paycheck to paycheck.
Tell me how your grocery shopping's been. Leave it in the comments below.
What are people going to be like? It was great. Yeah.
What do you mean? Like what the? That's the
Right. Well,